We're taking pictures of these objects with astonishing precision. It's like, whoa.
Bill Nye recently revealed some startling facts from deep space that have the potential to alter our perspective on the Earth. Images from almost 13 billion years ago captured by the James Webb Space Telescope provide incredible insights into the cosmos. What if the answers to mysteries we haven't yet considered lie in these ancient lights? What hidden dangers may these new universe perspectives be revealing to us? Let's investigate these recent findings and consider how they could alter our understanding of the cosmos. 13.4 billion years ago, the James Webb Space Telescope is learning astounding new facts about planets, galaxies, and other celestial bodies. In addition to being an excellent research instrument, it is thought to be a good substitute for the Hubble Space Telescope. However, which images from the James Webb Space Telescope are challenging our preconceived notions? What is Bill Nye's opinion on all of this? 2. Why don't we examine more closely? NASA engineers and scientists put a lot of effort into creating the James Webb Space Telescope. In 2021, it was safely launched on Christmas Day. The telescope's setup proceeded smoothly over the next months. By the end of June 2022, it was completely functional, and researchers began discovering hundreds of new galaxies. Compared to previous galaxies, some of these are older and more distant. Before Hubble discovered the oldest galaxies, some could have originated around 150 million years ago. However, the telescope is not just used to search for distant galaxies. Additionally, it may collect light from space objects, such as young stars and exoplanets, which aids in our understanding of their composition and motion. We are beginning to learn more about the atmospheres of planets hundreds of light years distant thanks to this data, which lets us make educated guesses about what those atmospheres may be like, according to Bill Nye. This revelation has increased our understanding of the globe and may fundamentally alter our perspective on the possibility of extraterrestrial life. This isn't the most unexpected aspect, though. One of the most well-known images captured by the Hubble Space Telescope is the Pillars of Creation in the Eagle Nebula. Although these lovely clouds could be seen, nobody knew what was happening within them. Infrared photos from the Webb telescope now allow us to peek inside, revealing a large number of protostars. These collections of gas and dust are far larger than our solar system. They resemble little red spots perched atop the shadowy pillars. These dots represent rising stars who are only beginning their careers. As you can see, the burning of hydrogen has not yet begun in these nascent stars. According to Bill Nye, as they accumulate more substance, their cores become heavier. They will eventually become hotter by around 2 million degrees Celsius when the density is high enough to begin burning hydrogen. In these images, various hues represent the infrared wavelengths that are normally invisible to the human eye. For example, what is blue in the photo might seem red to the human eye. Depending on the radiation level, the colors vary. The red-colored protostars emit light with a wavelength around 6 times longer than what is visible to the human eye. However, that isn't the only remarkable aspect of this image. In addition to taking beautiful images, the Webb telescope helps us understand the possible origins of stars like our Sun. More than 3,000 exoplanets, planets outside of our solar system, are now known to exist. In the 1990s, the hunt for them started. People discovered the majority of these planets by chance when they crossed in front of them and noted that their stars appeared a bit less brilliant. However, the Webb telescope is altering this by directly photographing these distant worlds. This provides us with fresh knowledge about the cosmos outside of our solar system. We ought to investigate the ways in which new tools are expanding space. CHIP 65426b using strong telescopes last September, researchers had a close-up look at the exoplanet CHIP 65426b, which was discovered in 2017. They used sophisticated cameras to filter out the star's strong light so they could see the planet clearly. With the use of specialized cameras and filters, they were able to capture images of the planet, which is 100 times further distant from its star than Earth is from the Sun. This planet is a massive gas giant, 12 times larger than Jupiter. Even though the Phantom Galaxy is largely concealed in space, its brightness may be seen if you use the Webb telescope's infrared capabilities. The galaxy's large circular shape and lengthy arms of stars create a stunning sight when it glows from the center. The Hubble telescope has also captured this galaxy, commonly known as M74, in high detail. However, new images from the Webb camera provide considerably more detail. They demonstrate the arrangement of heat-producing dust and gas in patterns. The star-forming regions along the spiral arms are illuminated in a way we have never seen before by a strong electric blue glow emanating from the heart of these patterns. The stunning images from the Hubble and Webb cameras are created by experts from the European Space Agency as part of a global effort called FANGS. This study involves taking infrared pictures of 19 nearby galaxies that are actively producing stars using a range of equipment. Webb's crisp, precise images let scientists determine the birthplace of stars, the age and size of big star groupings, and more about the dust between them. However, there was something much more intriguing. Last July, a photograph of the distant star Wolf-Rayet revealed a unique pattern surrounding it. Webb's characteristic diffraction pattern is the name given to this feature. This picture appears to be composed of waves or circles. Because Wolf-Rayet stars are large and nearing the end of their lifetimes, there is a lot of hydrogen in space surrounding them. This star, W140, has rings around it because it has made contact with a nearby smaller star. In a sense, this makes space dance. By enabling us to observe distant galaxies and discover odd cosmic occurrences, Webb is contributing to our understanding of the cosmos in ways like this breathtaking sight. Amazingly, the James Webb Space Telescope discovered 4 of the oldest galaxies we have ever seen. These galaxies seem to us as they did 13.4 billion years ago. This indicates that the universe was just 350 million years old, or 2% of its current age, when we are peering back in time. These distant, ancient galaxies share many characteristics with other galaxies discovered by Webb. Scientists employed state-of-the-art instruments from the JWST Advanced Deep Extragalactic Survey to investigate these galaxies. They were able to determine the speed at which these galaxies are evaporating from us thanks to their near-infrared spectrograph. The mechanism by which this movement causes the light they emit to become longer and redder is known as redshift. The galaxy with the highest value has an incredible redshift of 13.2. This indicates that it is older and considerably more distant than previously believed prior to the deployment of the Webb telescope. We are now able to determine the actual distance of these extremely distant galaxies in addition to their location thanks to spectrum analysis. However, Webb has been doing other great things as well. Webb caught a glimpse of a planet orbiting a star in the constellation Virgo in another area of the sky. This planet is called WASP 39b. In cosmic terms, it is just 700 light-years distant, which is about 8 times the distance between Mercury and the Sun. Despite its proximity, WASP 39b is a challenging environment. It is almost the same size as Saturn, but since it circles its star so closely, it is very hot. Clouds of sulfur compounds and silicates, including sulfur dioxide, fill the dense air surrounding it. Then, rather than distant worlds, we will discuss the mysteries of extraterrestrial atmospheres. A new perspective on remote worlds, researchers discovered carbon dioxide in the atmosphere of WASP 39b for the first time using Webb's primary camera and 2 of its spectrographs. We can now understand more about the atmospheres of planets outside of our solar system thanks to this new knowledge. We're getting a lot closer to understanding the composition and operation of distant universes. This combination of researching planets and discovering new information about the cosmos demonstrates how the telescope may be used to learn more about the early universe and the intricate systems of distant planets. But there's more. These findings are just the beginning of what Webb can uncover. As we continue to explore, we are astounded by how much more may be discovered. Scientists were able to make educated guesses regarding the origins of the planet and its evolution. It is believed that the planet was drawn together by the merger of smaller space debris and originated far distant from its star. This theory is supported by the fact that its atmosphere contains more oxygen than carbon. The moon of Saturn, Titan, is a distinctive and fascinating place. Titan's lakes, rivers, and seas are composed of liquid ethane and methane rather than water. Ice and water make up the Earth. Titan, the only moon in our solar system with a dense atmosphere, is covered with methane clouds. There are no other moons with these clouds. In November, scientists photographed these Titan methane clouds using the Webb telescope. This was an extremely significant occurrence, according to a NASA announcement. 2 distinct clouds might be captured by the Webb camera. One was above Titan's largest sea, Kraken Mare. Just 2 days later, the team collaborated with the Keck Observatory in Hawaii to take another look at Titan since this discovery was so intriguing. The cloud's shape above Kraken Mare had altered, according to Keck's images, which may indicate that it was migrating or that a new cloud was emerging there. In the hopes of discovering new gases, the scientists are eager to utilize this data to map Titan's atmosphere and learn more about how cloudy it seems. The Southern Ring Nebula was formerly believed to be a typical white dwarf, a dead star that loses its outer layers. But that was not the only complicating factor. New research has disproved the traditional theory, demonstrating that this nebula is more complex than first appears. Together with other new findings, the Webb telescope's crisp image of the nebula revealed layers of intricacy that had previously been unknown to scientists. The discovery of these novel traits was made possible by 2 crucial Webb instruments, the near-infrared camera and the mid-infrared instrument. They provided us with fresh insights about the nebula's structure and surrounding environment. As we journey across space, we discover how planets and stars cooperate. Learn more about VHS 1256b and its nebula neighbors according to Bill Nye. Although it appeared that the companion stars were responsible for the gas and dust in the Southern Ring Nebula, in certain locations they were really sending it. However, this was hardly the most startling aspect. Though it wasn't intended to, the Webb telescope discovered a world. It was an odd one. This object was known as VHS 1256b, and it was more of a brown dwarf than a planet. Because it is so little, it cannot possibly be a star. It possessed certain odd characteristics, such as silica and sand clouds, and it glowed a faint red due to a kind of fusion that occurs in objects of that size. In addition to being tiny for its kind, this brown dwarf was rather young. It was somewhat similar to another object known as WASP 39b. The Webb telescope might detect some elements in its atmosphere, including as potassium, carbon dioxide, methane, and water. It appeared as though the environment was really harsh because of the way these items were combined. According to studies, the concentrations of several gases would remain constant in a tranquil environment. However, for many exoplanets, including this one, these rates were significantly different. This indicates a high level of vertical mixing. This mixing caused carbon dioxide to rise to higher altitudes in the atmosphere, where it combined with methane. The primary goal of the Webb telescope, according to Bill Nye, is to discover new worlds and get better insight into their atmospheres. Actually, NASA had published the first spectrum analysis of an exoplanet's atmosphere using Webb. They observed the planet's atmosphere as the star's light passed through it. They saw a distinctive pattern of light absorption as a result. They learned crucial information about the planet's atmosphere from this pattern. Researchers were examining WASP 96b, a planet located over 1,000 light-years distant. They were shocked to observe a hazy atmosphere and water mist in the planet's data. Previously, they had believed that the sky were clear. It makes sense to discover water elsewhere in the planet since our solar system has a lot of it. Similarly, the discovery of methane is crucial as it is mostly produced by living organisms such as bacteria on Earth. Scientists first believed that WASP 96b had unusually clean skies because of the high concentration of sodium in its atmosphere. However, the recent discovery of water vapor leads them to believe that the atmosphere is more complex than they had believed. As a result, in order to understand why these views varied so much, scientists have had to examine historical research and data. Until water was discovered on such a distant globe, it was believed that this planet could not support life. Compared to Jupiter, the largest planet in our solar system, WASP 96b is a large gas planet, a hot Jupiter. Its surface heats up to 1,000 degrees Celsius, and it orbits its star every 3.4 days. However, that isn't the most fascinating aspect. Bill Nye discussed the implications of discovering methane on other worlds. The presence of methane in a planet's atmosphere may indicate the existence of extraterrestrial life. This would alter our perceptions of how the world functions. He emphasized how significant this discovery would be, as it would force us to consider our existence and the potential that there are other living beings out there that are seeing us just as we are observing them. The concept that there could be other beings out there looking up at the stars with their own telescopes and wondering if they are alone or if the cosmos is full of life might also change the way we think about our role in it, according to Bill Nye. More shocks that challenge our preconceived notions are discovered as we travel farther into space. James Webb's gaze beyond cosmic veils. It's both thrilling and unsettling to consider that we might not be alone. It causes us to reevaluate all of our beliefs about our position in the cosmos. Finding objects in space that other observatories, such as the Hubble Space Telescope, cannot see is made possible by the James Webb Space Telescope's exceptional ability to see through space dust. Instead than using visible light, like Hubble does, Webb uses infrared light to search for hidden treasures in the cosmos. Recently, Webb captured a stunning image of two galaxies merging into one. This was a significant space event that Hubble had missed. The image depicts a bustling region where new stars are being created. This region is producing stars 20 times quicker than in our own Milky Way. The location in emerging galaxies known as IC 1623 is the source of a significant quantity of infrared radiation. Because of its intensity, this light creates Webb's well-known star diffraction pattern. When the telescope stares at extremely brilliant stars, this pattern typically shows up. The dust clouds hide this active star-forming region, making it invisible to Hubble. In the finished photos, it appears to be covered in a coating of dust. It's likely that a gigantic black hole is also being formed, even though these galaxies are combining around 270 million light-years from Earth. However, Webb's current images do not show this black hole. In addition to demonstrating its sophistication, Webb's astounding discovery advances our understanding of the formation of galaxies and the powerful processes that take place within them. However, this is hardly the most unexpected discovery Webb has made thus far. Who knows what additional surprises it will uncover as it studies the globe further. Scientists have discovered a stunning new image captured by the James Webb Space Telescope. According to Bill Nye, this image depicts the very distant galaxy NGC 5068, which is home to a massive cluster of tens of thousands of stars. The fact that this galaxy is 17 million light-years from Earth is difficult to comprehend. Compare that distance to galaxies in our own galaxy, such as those in the local group, which contains the Milky Way and is located around 5 million light-years distant, to get a sense of how far away it is. Thanks to the amazing technology of the James Webb Space Telescope, we can now detect characteristics in distant galaxies that were previously impossible to uncover. This image of NGC 5068 is an excellent illustration of what the telescope is capable of seeing. The image shows a dense cluster of stars with a strong white light bar in the upper left corner. This demonstrates where new stars are created. In addition to being aesthetically pleasing, this image of stars teaches scientists about the composition and behavior of distant galaxies. Although each star in the image seems to be a small dot of white light, they all contribute to our understanding of the size and composition of the universe. Through images like this, NASA continues to provide us with valuable information about the Earth, allowing us to appreciate its vastness and beauty. In the center of most galaxies, stars come close to one another to form a highly brilliant region. Dust that has been burnt by massive star formation explosions is the source of the extremely intense light. The James Webb Space Telescope should help scientists learn more about the formation of stars, which excites them. This sophisticated technology is now examining many galaxies, including CGC 5068, as part of a research to understand the birth of stars. The spiral galaxy IC 5332 is another galaxy being seen by the Webb telescope. The James Webb Space Telescope's ability to view infrared light, which human eyes cannot perceive because the bands are too long, is one of its strongest features. This light is visible to the Webb telescope but is blocked by our regular filters. Because of this, it can view far into the crowded cores of galaxies where stars are formed. If we discover conclusive evidence of extraterrestrial life, how would this alter our perspective on life? Leave a comment below with your opinions. For more, remember to like and subscribe.